Before we start this live stream, I'd like to go over a few community guidelines. Please be civil, respectful, and tactful to all people, groups, and organizations we may be talking about. It's okay to not like everyone, and please use extreme tact while talking about these things. I want to keep the environment very positive around you. Please no graphic sex, violence, death, and I'll add in politics. Let's keep our politics at the door. And let's keep this channel suitable for the entire family to enjoy. Let's have some fun, guys. Let's have some fun. Hello, welcome to the show. I'm Retro Nerd Girl, and I'm broadcasting live from the International Science Fiction Space Station. And I am so glad to hang out with you guys this morning and see what news is happening out there. Let's see. It's been a wild day. Ask me how much sleep did I get last night. Zero. I don't know. For some reason, I didn't want to sleep, so I didn't. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I tried though. I really did try. First message up is Keith E. And Keith E has told me that he can hear me, which is really good. Um, he says, Retro sent Hooper a robot for Valentine's Day, and he's putting Hector together in the garage. Wow. And Unicorn Rampant Studio is also here. Hello. Thank you so much, Unicorn, for stopping by last night and for that kind of quick little stream that I had. Really appreciate that you were there. It wasn't required for anybody to be there at all, but it is one of those things where I had to launch the new show that's happening on Tuesday nights, and it's pretty late. So yeah, I do appreciate anyone who's able to stay up that late to hang out with me. So thank you. And Unicorn also says, says, long live Hooper's Hector, and also says, hope he can clean up the garage. And let's see. Oh, Keith E also says, Retro, please shout out to William Blake Hall. I know he's doing something, but it just seems not right that he's not here. Yes, I haven't seen him for a while, trying to give him some space. I don't want to hog him up and say, where are you? I know that he was doing some personal stuff like moving and things like that. So I hope he's doing well. And William Blake Hall, if you are watching in the replay, we love you and we miss you. So I hope you will be able to hang out with us soon. Take care. And yes, thank you, Keith E, for reminding us. And Unicorn says, I join my voice to the shouting out to William Blake Hall. Yes, he's a treasure around here. So yes, we hope to see you again really soon. No pressure. I don't want to pressure anybody, but also we don't want you to forget that we care about you. And the Bat Channel is here. It says Retro. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Says good morning, RNG and fellow space explorers. Yes, I love it. Yes, and also says smash that like and subscribe to the amazing Retro Nerd Girl. Thank you so much, because I actually am supposed to be saying that more often, is asking people to subscribe more. I always forget, but thank you for reminding me. And everybody, if at any point during this live stream you like what you're seeing, do this. That's right. Smash that like button for me. Oh man. And Unicorn says, "Uh-oh, zombie mode." Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. I am super jazzed right now. I am like super excited. So maybe at some point I might just like pass out from just sheer exhaustion. Who knows? It's wild. I'm trying to figure it out. I was in bed like forcing myself to go to sleep, and I was like, it's not happening. And that makes it worse, right? The Bat Channel says 0 hours, girl. I could not survive. I don't get enough sleep as it is. I know. It's weird. I really tried to sleep and it just wouldn't happen. And so, well, I guess it will happen later on today. But for now, I am in really good spirits and very excited. I was actually dancing a little bit earlier. Oh, and let me share what I was dancing to. It was not really a dance song, but I was listening and doing sort of my a wild dance. It's Kenny Loggins. I was listening to Kenny Loggins, and yeah, this is what I was listening to. Great song, great song. It's one of those videos where it starts off like a movie, so you gotta go through all the movie stuff, and then you get to the song. So it's really it's a good one. And Virginia Madsen is in the video, and I love Virginia Madsen. I don't care what anybody says. I love myself some Virginia Madsen from the 80s, absolutely. And the Bat Channel says, dancing to Kenny Loggins, retro, you are so awesome. Definitely need some retro positivity today. Yes! Yes, I do adore it. Yes, I do adore myself some Kenny Loggins. He's fantastic. Fantastic. So guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on in the news. There's a lot of stories today. Um, as like last week and the week before that, I don't know. I must have called this into existence because all of a sudden there are just stories just popping all over the place for me, and so I will share each and every last one of them. So, um, first up, we've got box office, and so let me get into this. The box office for this weekend. So Argyle is still number one. It's still trailing as far as the numbers, projected numbers that it was supposed to make at the box office. But unfortunately, it seems as if not, even though it's number one, it just wasn't a lot of people going to the theater this weekend. It may have had something to do with the Super Bowl, and there, who knows what else. February has been a slow month for a lot of things. It's just one of those months where media goes to die. It seems. I've been having a hard time even around here, getting my numbers for everything is just going, it's slowing up. So I don't know if other YouTubers are having this problem where the numbers are not, climbing like they usually are, but that's what's happening. And so I don't know if it has anything to do with, people just wanting a break. Um, there's Christmas and then the whole excitement for the new year, and then it's February. Like maybe they just like, look, let's save a few pennies so we can enjoy March. I don't know. We don't know, but Argyle is number one, and I am actually curious as to know exactly what the story is. I can't get a good sense of what this story is because I've got people who are saying that it's really good, that they love it. And then I've heard from a lot of people who just said it's just awful. They can't follow it. Some people are just mad because all of the marketing has been saying that Henry Cavill is in the movie and it's going to be a prominent character, but he's only in there for a few minutes, and that's upsetting a lot of people. And you know, even though Sam Rockwell does like a dance in there, it's not enough. It's not enough to keep fans happy. So I think it's unfortunate about Argyle, um, but it's just one of those things. It is it's been number one for the last 2 weeks. So let's see what you guys are saying. We got Darth is here. Says Happy Valentine's Day. We got roses and hearts for retro. Thank you, and I appreciate all of that. Peace sign and sunglasses. Chilling out. And that also says, I hope you have a wonderful day and everyone else as well. Yes, you as well. Yes, do have a wonderful day, enjoying it. And the Bat Channel says it's still a hit or miss on stuff. Um, and it really depends on what's trending, I guess. Yeah, pretty much. And it's just so weird. I still want to see Argyle, but the weather has been bad here on the weekends. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And Keith E says, I think it's a movie about what socks Pirate Wars Argyle. Argyle song. The jokes from Keith E. We're gonna get some. That was a good one. And yeah, so um, I for one hope that it continues to stay at number one. We'll see next week. We have some new movies that are coming into the fray that could shake things up. So we'll see what happens. I believe who's coming in. Which movies are coming in this week? I know there's like two movies that are coming in this week. That oh, Deadpool. Yes, Deadpool is coming. Or is it this week or next week? Deadpool should shake things up, I think. Argyle. So is number one. Now two is Lisa Frankenstein. It debuts at number two. This is great. Um, then that's another movie which is also getting like I haven't heard great news from anyone. No one. I haven't heard anyone say that it's wonderful, but I've heard, oh, it's okay. It's good. I've heard that. So I'm just relaying what I've heard. The Beekeeper is number three, and I couldn't be happier because I am so glad that this little movie that couldn't, according to all the people, it was going to be a flop, and all the articles said it was going to be a flop, and it's still number three after 5 weeks. I think they were all wrong, and yeah, that's very, very positive. You know what? I think it's really hyperbolic to be just wishing all these movies flop for absolutely no reason because maybe you don't like something somebody said or this actor or this other thing. There's hundreds of people involved in making a movie, and I think we should really give more people some grace. My goodness. Now, at number four is this movie that is like, I was trying to figure out what is The Chosen season four, episodes one and three, 1 through 3, and it is a religious movie, and of course we've missed we've missed seasons 1 through 3, um, but season four, this is all being put together in a movie and released in theaters, and it's doing well. So that's cool. I've never seen that before. But yeah, we've got Wonka at number 5, still holding on. We got 6, Migration, still also holding on. These are family movies. Uh, 7, Anyone But You. I haven't heard anything about that, but we've got Mean Girls at number 8. Uh, and there was a re-release of Dune, which is really cool, and it was at number 9 this weekend. American Fiction is still hanging on the number 9 spot. It's been going up and down the list, but it's at number 10 right now. Poor Things at 11. Of course, these are American Fiction and Poor Things. These are Oscar-nominated films. We've got Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom holding on to number 12. I love it. I love it. These underdogs are just hanging in there. You do your thing, Aquaman. I love it. I always like rooting for the underdog, and I'm sorry, I'm just that way. And 13, we've got Out of Darkness. I don't know what this is. I've never heard anything about it. It's its first week, so there's that. And then Night Swim is holding on to number 14 for the week. Really interesting list. This should all change and shift around by next week. It's going to be interesting. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, the Bat Channel. Trey, thank you so very much. Deadpool 3 is July 26th. The way they're promoting it, it almost seems like it's going to come out tomorrow. I mean, they need to chill out because the movie's going to be tired before it comes out. And the Bat Channel says the next big film that people are expecting to do well at the box office is Dune Part 2, March 1st. Yes. It should do very well. I mean, I don't know anyone who's not excited for it. It looks beautiful. Um, it's a shame I won't be able to see it in the theaters unless my little theater will play it, but I doubt it. The bad channel says there's some also Sunny Madam Web. That's the one that's coming out this week. But it sounds like dead in the water for box office expectations. It might be. I think there may be some people are just not going to bother seeing it, and they're probably going to wait for like big name um, channels to cover it and then, take their word for it, probably. And so I think, from what I've been hearing as to the quality of the movie, um, I've been hearing that it's decent. I haven't been hearing that it's fantastic, it's wonderful, or anything like that. I just heard that it's decent. I think the biggest problem for a lot of people, it seems to be, Dakota Johnson's performance is very deadpan in many ways that can help with comedy. But I think, there's also some convolution with the story. That's what, the streets are saying. And people who have seen this movie ahead of time, and critics and such. And the Bat Channel says MCU really needs uh, Deadpool 3 to own the summer box office. They really do, and I think it's, based on the trailer, it's kind of iffy right now. And like I said, the promotion for it. I mean, I don't think they could have gotten away without doing some kind of promotion for um, during the Super Bowl. But man, I don't know if they can keep up the excitement all the way to July. That it would be really cool if they said, "Oh, you know what? We're gonna move it up to, some other date." But I think, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I'm just gonna watch on the sidelines. I love it all because it's light entertainment, I suppose. To just watch these things on the sideline. Headlines this week. This is interesting stuff. I just wanted to first shout out the the Cell movement, which is having a trending day today, on X and also on YouTube. There's also, there's watch along events and all that stuff. You guys probably have heard me mention Skywalker the Jedi. He's going to be doing some things on his channel. He's, of course, the person who came up with this idea to do the Cell, um, just Zack Snyder's Justice League to Netflix. And I wish him a lot of luck. I'm in full support of everything that he's doing. And you know how I feel about movies and saving movies. And we're going to talk more about that later, and preserving, making movies in itself, but also preserving movies. So that's something I wanted to shout out right away. IndieWire has reported. This was not last night, but 2003's biggest films gathered at the Beverly Hilton in Los Angeles to celebrate the craft of filmmaking at the Directors Guild Awards. This was on Sunday. So that happened, which was really cool. And of course, Nolan got the big honors. Christopher Nolan wins top prize at DGA Awards. Complete, and I believe even Greta Gerwig won something at this award ceremony. So she did get some recognition. I know some people are very sore at the fact that she wasn't nominated for Oscar, but I believe the other institutions are giving her awards for things. And also, Christopher Storer wins the DGA Award for Outstanding Directorial Achievement in Comedy Series for The Bear. And then last week, there was some talk, and we didn't get a chance to really get into this because this happened after the show on Wednesday. So there was a couple announcements, and so Broadwalk Times was so nice enough to give us a little recap of everything that happened at the earnings call that uh, that was done by Disney on last Wednesday. And first of all, Disney it will be doing something with Epic Games. A couple, they're investing in them, and so we should be seeing some more gaming. Um, we should be seeing some more gaming properties from them. And Moana 2 is coming out this November, which is really a surprise. From what I was hearing, from when I was hanging out with Lorena on her channel, Lorena Creole, she had mentioned that they're taking. Originally, they were going to do a series, a TV series, and then they decided that they were going to do this as um, a movie. So they were going to take everything that they had put together for the series and turn it into a movie, which is concerning because it's like, okay, well, I hope this works in that format because series and movies don't always gel together. So I hope they have a handle on this. Maybe it is put in a way in which they can get more than just one movie out of it. Um, unless it was one of those limited series that they did, and now they're like editing it down together, which I can tell you that it might not be a bad idea. And Moana is also one of those which I thought there was going to be a live action version of this. So I suppose I haven't heard word if they were canceling that. And so yeah, that's one that I'm totally confused about. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what does that mean exactly? Oh, look, Kenneth Wilkinson is here. Says, Happy Valentine's Day, Retro Nerd Girl. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well, Kenneth. Yes, and happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, so that's a while, like that's one. Then and ESPN goes to DCT in 2025. Then Disney film slate updates that they were giving, which I didn't see anything that really stood out to me. The big thing was, of course, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour is going to be playing on Disney Plus. Yeah, Disney Plus, I believe, and it's going to have extra scenes in it. And then Disney is cracking down on passwords, which is going to get them billions of dollars. Dun, 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 $1 billion. So yeah, look, it's working for all of the other streamers. They might as well go in on this as well. Now, Screen Rant has said that James Cameron blamed Dark Fate's failure on casting. This is, the Terminator franchise here, but there was a lot more wrong with the movie that Cameron is not counting for. And this is just as I said, the headlines for something, but they are absolutely correct because we could probably name off a few other things that were wrong with that movie, including killing off John Connor being number one. So yes, that which I'm not sure if it was his idea or not, but yeah, that was a big, big problem. And sidelining, like our big characters really is not a great idea. Um, and so let's see. Fandango says, "What if we told you imaginary friends were real?" See the If movie in theaters May 17th. And so that's a movie that's coming out soon. And the trailer for this, or the teaser trailer, I believe it was, is so cute. It is really adorable. So yeah, that's one for the another one for the family movies. That's gonna be great. Now, this is intriguing to me. Okay, the new Game of Thrones spin-off, I don't know how to say this name, Aegon's Conquest, is in the works from writer Mattson Tomlin, who wrote The Batman. The series follows Targaryen's bloody and brutal conquest of Westeros. Now, I actually, um, I wouldn't say I read, but I heard an audio breakdown of this story, and it's really grown up. It's dealing with a lot of subject matters that are very dark, and also the I word, which is, it's very controversial. Which, if you watch Game of Thrones, you're probably used to that. But it's really bad, and this one is really like intense. And so I am I am not sure. Um, how this is going to go, but the story itself is very, very good. It's a wonderful little tale, and I'm just concerned that maybe they're biting off more than they can chew at this point. I just want to see House of Dragons and see how that's playing out, and then we can get to this later. I think maybe, but who knows? It could be very good. It could be very good. The story, as I said, is very good. So if you ever get a chance to get an audio breakdown or even audio reenactment, there's another one. There's one of those floating around too. Definitely see if you can do that. I think it's a great story. So I can see the potential here. Then Ethan Hawke and Sterling Harjo's new drama series, The Sensitive Kind, has received a pilot order from FX. So we should be seeing something new from these guys soon. Let's see, who else is here? Some more people, see some more activity. Um, Oh, hi, James Bacon. How are you? It says, good morning, RNG and everyone. Happy Valentine's Day to you, James Bacon. I hope you're having a great morning. And let's see. Yeah, there's so many cool, like, new things coming out. So I'm wondering, um, and so, just to give us a little info about what this is, the series is described as a Tulsa noir about a guy who knows too much, according to the official logline, and is produced by FP. I'm sorry, FXP. So that should be interesting. I mean, I love Ethan Hawke, so and he doesn't pick garbage stuff. He picks very high quality things, um, as much as he can. Sometimes actors, I think they pick things and they think it's going to be high quality. You never know at the very end of what could happen to a movie. Now, Toy Story 5 is in works, and so we should be expecting it in 2 years, in 2026. So that's something for us to look out for. And how the Hollywood handle is so efficient here. They named off a whole bunch of sequels that are releasing in 2024. So I'm going to read all of them down the list here. We've got Smile 2, we got Moana 2, Joker 2, Rebel Moon 2, Gladiator 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, which is basically Deadpool 3, Sonic 3, Venom 3, Inside Out 2, Beetlejuice 2, Despicable Me 4, Kung Fu Panda 4, Bad Boys 4, Dune Part 2, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and Godzilla versus, Godzilla X. Is it X? Should that be and or what is that? It's not versus. Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. So yeah, that's it. Very, very, very franchise heavy this year. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, we also got confirmation last Wednesday. You guys probably have already heard of this from the grapevine, but for those of you who haven't, Disney CEO Bob Iger confirmed the plans for Mandalorian and Grogu, which is going to be the name of the movie, I believe, or at least the tentative name of the movie, indicating that this movie will likely release in 2026, while also confirming that this would be the first of a new slate of Star Wars movies, a number of which have already been announced. So this is, yeah, we won't see it for 2 years, but I guess they're going to start filming really soon. Disney CEO hints at more Star Wars film yet to be announced. So we'll see. I just love this picture with little Grogu on the side. Yes, this is what we were talking about before. Disney paid more than $75 million to Taylor Swift for the rights to stream, just to stream, not to own, but to stream the Eras Tour movie on Disney Plus, the result of a bidding war that included Netflix and Universal. Puck reported Friday. What a wonderful business move by this young lady. You know, that is savvy. Whoever is helping her and guiding her on this, throughout this whole thing is just brilliant stroke of genius. I'm not sure if it's her or if it's her manager or if it's a group altogether, but it just a genius move is all I'm saying. And that is the power of Disney, right? They can buy anything. And so this is where we were expecting a lot more quality with them, with their own productions. They may have to from now on, or from, just in general, think about ordering or buying other properties, um, because it will give a different flavor to their own, because right now they're not seem to not be able to do things in-house very well. So maybe outsourcing some of these movies and projects may be the way to go. They have to think about all options at this point. Now, this is a story that really concerns me a lot here. Oh gosh, I always get his name wrong. Okay. Kumal Nanjani is opening up about Eternals, how Eternals affected his mental health. Now, they've taken a little bit of his quote here and says, "It's really hard and it's unfair to me and unfair to my wife, Emily Gordon. I still talk to my therapist about that. Emily says that I do have trauma from it." Now, they actually, this is where you can get a snippet of something and really not have the full picture of what it is. Because what this sounds like is just some guy who's a celebrity complaining about his job. right? And which you think is privilege, should be a privilege for him to have a job like this. And um, why is he why is he complaining? It's not the case. I'm telling you. I saw the interview that this was taken from. This is from a podcast that he was doing with I forgot his name, but it's called Inside of You. And the whole point of the show is for people to open up about their personal struggles and their lives. And so he was talking about a whole bunch of other personal struggles that he had been going through. And Mike Rosenbaum is his name, right? Michael Rosenbaum. Michael Rosenbaum asked him, when you did Eternals and the failure of that, how did that affect you? He was asked this question. And he was asked this question in relation to how did it make you feel? And of course, with anybody, with any business venture that you go on, any job that you go on, if it fails, it's going to play somehow into your feelings. He cared about doing that role. So I think this is one moment where they took a moment of um, his communications or his interview and has blown it into a strange new way in which people are taking it as something completely different from what it was meant to be. Honestly, when you watch the entire interview, you're like, oh, he's opening up about a whole bunch of stuff that's personal, and he's really like letting loose. And this was a question that was asked of him. He was provoked to say this. And he told, he just opened up about his feelings. And so a lot of people were like, oh, get it together, you know. People just being really cruel, like, man up, all sorts of things like that. And I think it's really unfair that this is our response to somebody opening up about their feelings, because this is how a lot of problems start. People start abusing drugs and alcohol and things like that, because they lock it away and never tell anybody. So he was just answering question honestly. So I think that's something that I hope in the future we'll be a little bit more open about, and also do a little digging when we see something like this. And the nostalgic podcast is here. Pod Blast is here. Sorry, podcast. Pod Blast is here. How are you? Says howdy from Atlanta. Happy Valentine's Day to all. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Yeah. So yeah, I do feel like it's in this case mistaken words, taken out of context. Yeah. And the next one is a similar kind of story. Let's see if I can get there. This one is really funny because I believe it was maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was going to run this story about Elmo. Elmo decided to ask people how they were doing on the internet. Said, I think he said something like, "How is everybody doing?" or "How are you feeling today?" And people were really letting loose on Elmo and telling everybody how they felt. If they were doing well, or if they were okay, and so on and so forth. So Larry David, kind of had words to say about all this, and maybe was a little bit on the cruel side, maybe, but nothing. I don't think it was his opinion. He has the right to have that. And uh, Will Wheaton actually got in the mix of everything, and was angry at Larry Davis for what he said about to Elmo. So it's one of those weird moments where people, instead of like the moment that it was meant to be, which was sharing emotional feelings, it became like people attacking each other. It's just so wild. I don't understand, but hopefully, it will all settle down, and hopefully it'll all settle down, and people will calmer heads will prevail. I hope. I really do. I really do. Uh, and so, this is actually kind of cool. Um, I didn't get the full list. Well, we'll get to. I'll probably get to the full list, but they just listed a few names here. But they were talking about the greatest romantic movies of all time, and I think maybe I've really never really gotten into romance um, movies that much, unless they were like Lifetime movies. But I've seen all of these movies here, so I think I might do a list myself. There's so many here. We've got Dirty Dancing, The Notebook, Past Lives, Call Me by Your Name. Is that really romantic? La La Land, Moonlight, Bonnie and Clyde. They call that romantic? Brief Encounter, and Titanic. Yeah, well, I think that's an interesting list. I definitely want to see the full list, and see all the what movies I haven't seen on their list. And this was all done by Variety. If you ever want to take a look at this list. Also, we remember last week we were talking about Percy Jackson, that they weren't sure if they were going to have a season two, and then the writers were like, "We're just going to plan for it." Well, they got lucky, and it was renewed. So we should be getting another round of Percy Jackson movies. I have to catch it because I heard it was really good, even though it's for young adults. It was made with young adults in mind. It was a lot of grown-ups seem to like it as well. So I want to check it out. And Culture Crave had this on their timeline, which was mentioning the movie Knuckles, which is a spin-off of Sonic the Hedgehog. Um, I know absolutely nothing about this kind of stuff. I know I need to turn in my nerd card, but yeah, it's a I will be learning about it very soon. Premiering April 26th on Paramount. I had no idea this movie was in production, but here it is. Um, and let's see what you guys are saying. Saying. Uh, Oh, yeah, and, Keith E. says, "Welcome, Pod Blast. Good to see you, and great to see you on Lance's show last night." Yes, yes, yes. I think I caught a replay of his show. It was really good. Um, now let's see. Um, oh, okay, so, Nostalgia says, he was not on with Lance, though, but thanks. Yes. S let's see. Um Oh, Nostalgic mentions, what about You've Got Mail? Oh, You've Got Mail. That's interesting. It's been years since I've seen You've Got Mail. I don't even. And Love Actually. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I do love that movie. And my with with future Walking Dead star. Um, and When Harry Met Sally. Oh, yeah, that's a good romantic movie. Yeah. I should probably try to put together some, because it's not usually the genre that I usually work with, but why not? Why not? Um, and Let's see. Oh, okay. So this is the other one that everybody, was going crazy for after the trailer came out was The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, and Aaron Taylor Johnson. I can't wait to see it. I can have like a I probably shouldn't have a crush on Aaron Taylor Johnson, but he's good looking. And he's in The Fall Guy. And I think, it's really interesting to see Ryan Gosling's range. Uh, he is, he's just got finished playing Ken, and so that's an iconic role that now I'm glad it's not his first role, because then if it was his first role, then be he would have a hard time breaking out of that mold. But he's had lots and lots of other gigs before, and so it's really great that he's able to show how many different sides he has. It's just great, and he's talented. He can sing. Incredible. And there's also another movie coming out, or another project in the works. Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler are working on a vampire movie, which is described as having undead plus 1930s setting plus anime influences. That is gonna be. I hope that they get this film done. It sounds awesome. So yeah, that sounds like something I would love to see for sure. I love vampires, so this would be great. Now, okay, this is something I really wanted to check. Um, um, because I don't know what this is. What? Let's see. What is okay? Funimation. Funimation is a streaming service that offers anime movies and other foreign entertainment. See, I heard of it, but I have not used it. Well, it's not going to matter anymore because it will shut down on April 2nd. So that's it's wild. All of these companies that are starting, that are just shutting down, that are just disappearing. It's just it's another evolution, I suppose. Um, we have another movie, and that's brewing up. Pedro Pascal, Chris Evans, and Dakota Johnson have been cast in Celine's Song, next rom-com materialist for A24. So let's see. The film follows a high-end matchmaker who gets involved with a wealthy man. And so, yeah, that looks like it might be interesting. Oh, okay. This is so remember last week we were talking about the Michael Jackson biography or biopic? Well, they've already started doing some shots, it seems. They just announced Nia Long being in the film, and they've cast Michael Jackson's nephew to be in the movie. And so here he is, side by side comparison with his uncle, which is really interesting. And they're at least nailing a lot of the look, which is great. Um, and so Lionsgate and Universal released the first look at Jafar Jackson as Michael Jackson in the upcoming biopic Michael on Tuesday. So I thought this was really cool. I mean, at least they're getting us a little bit excited with some of the, these little uh, previews. But honestly, I just want them to make the movie and release it. just just give me the movie. But it's interesting that they're at least paying attention uh to making some things look very realistic. Or um let's see. And Nostalgic Pod Blast says Google Podcast is going away too, like Stitcher did. XM shut down Stitcher. Oh wow, yeah. See, I think too this year it seems like a lot of things are just shutting. They're just like quietly shutting down. Um, and a lot of policies are changing. It's just kind of weird. Like, I don't know, getting like a weird energy. And it looks like he looks just like MJ. Yeah. I think they did a wonderful, like a great job of matching things. He doesn't have the same exact outfit on, but you have the same flavors. So, uh, yeah, I'm just, I'm ready to see the movie. I'm ready to see the movie. Oh man. And we've got the first trailer for Deadpool 3, which I really enjoyed it, but I wasn't wowed, but I enjoyed it. I really did. And so one of the things that was interesting to me is that um, we see him with this fake hair. I was like, what's going on with this hair? It's really interesting. Him trying to look like a normal person, kind of, sort of. Um, and look at his girlfriend looking at him. She's so in love. And so, yeah, this is actually, this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be funny. Um, and I think as long as everyone goes into this with that in mind, is this the movie that is going to bring back the MCU? Is the big question, because that's what they're kind of promising in a strange way. And the answer is um, still questionable, and we won't know until the movie comes out. But this is a funny movie. This is going to be a comedy. So, with it being a comedy, will the rest of the MCU become that comedic tone, or will it be more serious? Yeah. And so that's going to be interesting, is all I have to say. It's going to be very interesting how they're going to smush all of the comedy and the serious stuff together, because Thor: Love and Thunder really was like sort of this hodgepodge of um, comedy and action and superhero stuff. And the question is, why not that movie, but why this movie? I'll have to analyze these things once I get to see them. And the movie, of course, is going to be called Deadpool and Wolverine, and not Deadpool 3. So that's there. And we got, thanks to the Bat Channel, gave us the 411 that it's coming out on July 26th. And here's another thing: Deadpool and Wolverine beats Spider-Man No Way Home to become the most watched trailer of all time. The trailer, which debuted during the Super Bowl, racked up 365 million views in 24 hours. That's pretty incredible. So there's a lot of anticipation about this. People are intrigued. They want to see this really, really bad. Now, more MCU news. Oscar Isaac wants to play Moon Knight again, and I think he really did love that character, but the problem was story structure for his series. And so I really feel kind of bad, like with given the right writers to do the story some justice. Um, I wonder if they'll, give him another chance. But once burnt, a lot of once bitten, twice shy. So I think a lot of people may not want to do anything. He wants to do a Midnight Suns movie. Um, and he says, now that we set the ground learning who Mark, Steven, and Jake are, could be an interesting opportunity to see him as part of the team. So, yeah, it is one of those things where uh, if they have a place for him in the MCU, I think they need to start thinking about where he fits in if they're going to use him. Because I think that's the problem is that he's got this story all on his own. Where does he fit in the MCU? And that was my problem with Echo as well. Like we're watching this show, but what is she, how does she really fit in, and what is she going to do? Um, how is she going to matter in the future? And so, yeah, that could be the problem is how to weave all of these different characters. They're kind of dangling out there, and how are you bringing them together cohesively? And I think besides Daredevil, Moon Knight might be one of the only guys in the story plot. Besides the new Captain America. Now, Culture Crave put together this one and said Donald Glover says that he's making the Lando movie. He's still making that Lando movie because he likes the character. His kids love Star Wars, and he gets creative control, which is very unusual. Um, so we'll see if that actually happens. I just know, he says, I just know when something's going to be good. And maybe you get painted as a control freak, but control allows you for the vision to be singular. Hmm. The less it's singular, the less people want it because they feel like they could have made it. Yeah, and he's right. But we'll see if the studio will let him do just that. Uh, fingers crossed that he'll get his opportunity. One big thing that happened though was the trailer for Wicked. It really made a big splash. A lot of people were definitely saw its mixed reviews. No one was. Um, a lot of people said that they were disappointed, but no one was angry at it or upset at it or outraged by it, which is really rare for these days. So, on the most part, people seem to be like, okay, let's give this one a chance. So there's a lot of people willing to give this a chance. I myself was not. I loved some parts of it. I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's looking good here." And then other parts I was like, "Where's the oomph?" You know? It was decent, but I really wanted it to be amazing, and that was the part that was, missing. It looks really like, as far as a fantasy goes, a lot of the things that are needed for a fantasy is in that, trailer and it looks good. It doesn't look great, which is uh, what you kind of have to be these days. But maybe it can get by. Maybe it can get by. Now the first it's going to be in theaters on November 27th, right around the time of Thanksgiving, which is um, I think it's good timing. I think it's good timing. Um, one thing I just had a problem with is I really wanted like see just this picture here of the visual of this that you're seeing here. I was hoping for more glam here. This is where you get to have a lot of fun and do it big. I was hoping for a red lip on the green lady. I was hoping for some eyebrows on either one of the characters, maybe even both. Like like their eyebrows are hardly even visually there. A smoky eye or something. I wanted some glamour. Um, and this is, a fantasy place. So why not have some fun with the fantasy? The costumes look great. The settings look good. I wish the colors popped a lot more. So I'm looking for more in this particular production. Let's see what you guys say. See some things here. Um, oh, and the Nostalgic Podcast says one is right-handed, the other is left-handed too. Um, let me see. Is that for this year? Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. And Nostalgic Podcast says this will be the first MCU movie since Victoria Alonso was let go. Oh, yeah, the the special effects coordinator or something, like she was coordinating all of that. And Nostalgic Podcast Pod Blast says comedy and cancer doesn't really mix. I'm talking to you, Love and Thunder, huh? Yes, it was weird, right? So yeah, it just was kind of a strange combination. And uh, I'm trying to figure out how this is gonna be different in this MCU. Also, some people besides that, let me go just talk about this. In the trailer for Deadpool, there was a snapshot of the TVA. The TVA that was in Loki season 1 and 2 were also prevalent in that story. So the TVA looks like it's completely different in this movie. So I'm almost thinking there's some people who said, "Oh, well, you're gonna have to watch Loki season 1 and 2 in order to catch up." And I'm like, maybe you don't have to watch that because it looks like it's a completely different TVA, and they're going to be guaranteeing that people who haven't seen Loki are going to be looking at this movie if they want to make $1 billion, right? So they're going to explain everything in this film. There's no need to go and watch Loki. But if you want to watch Loki, it's actually a good series. I enjoyed it a lot. It may not be for everybody. I don't know, but I was enjoying it. I had a good time. And Nostalgic Blast says, did not enjoy the Moonlight streaming series as much on Disney Plus. Yeah. And in the MG movie photo, note that one is holding a mic in the left hand and the right hand. Yes. And Victoria Alonso was the vice president of Marvel Studios production when she was terminated. And let's keep going. Okay, so back to Wicked. Yeah, so Wicked doesn't look so wicked. If you know what I mean. I was wanting more. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit wanting a little bit more. But this is okay. This is okay. You can take the kids to see this, right? And this is one for the family, November 22nd, 27th. I'm looking forward to it. If I could get to a theater, I would go see it because I'm a big lover of the Wizard of Oz, and I actually saw Wicked in on Broadway, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful, and so I would love to see this. Here's the thing: this is only part one. There's two parts to this, so we're not going to see the entire story unfold. uh, on November 27th. We're going to see one half of it. So now this is the poster for the movie. And I have to say this, I'm really not liking these posters that people are putting out nowadays. Um, this is terrible. Um, I mean, it's cute. It's cute. I'm just saying that this is Oz. There's so many characters. Where's the, you know, where's the stuff? Where's the beef? Remember that old lady who used to be like, "Where's the beef?" Where's, it just doesn't look really inviting to me. So, I it also looks very computer animated. It looks like it's AI uh, derived. It does not look like something that somebody. Um, it doesn't look like an actual artistic thing that somebody put together. If it is, I'm really sorry. So hope I'm not insulting anybody. But it does look like uh, AI generated image here. Um, and if it's not, then can we have something that looks like actual people? Because this looks like a model. These are not really there. So um, that's just my opinion. I could be very wrong, but um, this is remember remember the covers from Canon films, how amazing it was. Remember that first Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark? It was just called Raiders of the Lost Ark when it came out, and how beautifully illustrated that work was. The first Star Wars movie poster, Conan the Destroyers, or even Conan the Barbarians poster. Remember those posters? That's what we're missing here. We're missing creativity unleashed. You need an illustrator to come in here and do something magical. Just saying, invite me into your movie. This is not doing it. This is the same feeling I had for the poster for Beetlejuice. Like it's it's the same kind of like bland coloring, and then this uh, CGI people. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep going. If William Blake Hall was here, he would say, "Okay, we got your point." And so Hollywood Handle says it has some more of these pictures here of the two. And again, I have some production issues. I'm not really loving everything to do with this, but it's cute. I'd watch it. Let's see. It's cute. Uh, and so you're so right about having a very underwhelming shot from Wicked. Yes, yes. And Richard is so correct. Bland, grand poster for Wicked right there. That looks like a toy a catalog. I hate to say it, but yeah, I won't say that. Oh, look who's here, Outcast Creative. So good to see you, and congratulations on your awesome video that you did. It was really good. Did I leave a message? Um, I, I, I'm not sure if I did, but yes, guys, head over to Lance from the Outcast Creative. He's got some incredible interviews. He did an interview. Was it yesterday? That was incredible. Ah, uh, and Nostalgic Pod Blast says the same can be said for modern comic book covers. Bland, not engaging. I don't understand. Where are the real artists? Are they just being not hired? Are they not being hired anymore or forced to do everything digitally so that way now all of the work looks like computer animated? Um, and Outcast Creative says, "Have you seen the stage production of Wicked?" Yes, I saw it on Broadway. It was wonderful. Wonderful. I've seen also it's on YouTube. I think you can see unless they took it down. You can see other live productions of um, Wicked. Not probably not in its entirety, but probably like one or two songs here and there. Really great. It's really there. Uh, talk about attention to detail. It's incredible. And when I look at this picture of these girls here, it's just uh, like even the background, they couldn't even bother to put them in a background where it actually looks like something interesting. It looks very, very, very boring for a beautiful fantasy world. This is a fantasy world. This is Oz. Let's have some fun. Where's the fun, everybody? And Outcast Creator says, I can pop on for a little bit if you want. I'm whew, we'll see. Just arrived. And let's see. And Charles says, "Hey, everybody. Hi there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, well, after I'm done, I'm probably gonna Zoom. I have to do something really important after this. Um, uh, let's see. Um, yeah, so I'm not impressed. Unfortunately, I'm just looking for more. I love this pink dress. I think it's gorgeous, but I just don't feel like there's any glamour or any va-va-voom to any of this. So that's it. I'm sorry that I hope I wasn't too negative, but yeah. Posters. Okay, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is also coming out May 24th. It's starring Owen Teague, Freya Allen, Kevin Durand, Peter Macon, and William H. Macy. And yeah, I am not sure. I know a lot of people are excited for this, and so I love the Planet of the Apes, like from the 70s, and I also like the recreations that they've done. Um, they were also very fascinating, but I'm not sure how I feel about this at all. Um, but it's interesting. It's interesting. The first trailer for Twisters. There's a movie called Twisters that's coming out on July 19th, starring Daisy Edgar Jones, Glenn Powell, Anthony Ramos, and David Corenswet. So that's coming out. Let's see. Um, oh, look, and Charles Ratcliffe is here. Hello. And Nostalgic Buzz, I'm not sure about you, but I'm so burned out on Planet of the Apes, Jurassic Park, and Ghostbusters movies. Yeah, a little, just a little. I'm looking for some. I guess we're all kind of like wanting something new, but I just listed off a whole bunch of the same. We're getting more sequels and offshoots of movies and stuff. It's really a lot. It's a lot. And I think the thing about sequels is that there's pressure because like if you haven't seen the first one, you're lost. Or you're not did you see the last one? Or nope, I didn't see the last one. So you gotta catch up and you gotta see the last one and it becomes homework and yeah. And as LJ says, not trying to be negative, I was not blown away by the original Twister movie or The Perfect Storm. Oh, I don't I think I saw the Twister movie, but I don't remember it. And Outcast Creative says, yes, some original movies would be nice. Way too many reboots and sequels. Yeah, there are some good new films, but if you have to really look for them. Ooh, yeah, that I really want to see some good new films, like a really good new sci-fi movie that's like a comedy. I don't know. I hope somebody makes something like that. A comedy sci-fi. Could somebody make that for me? That would be nice. And Charles says, I saw the trailer for the movie Wicked. It seems the Wicked Witch of the West seems to be the misunderstood evil character. Yeah, I mean, I saw it on Broadway and it, it works. It works as the story is good. And I think that for the if a lot of times when they do like a movie version, they change something. So if they change it, they may lose all of the goodness that was in it. But we'll have to see what happens. I don't want to judge anything I don't want to put any bad juju on anything before it comes out. I'm always trying to root for things. I might see it and feel like, wow, this is amazing. I love the changes. I just wish they had put some makeup on those girls. They look like where's the glamour? It's like I'm like looking for my red lipstick so I can here's some lipstick, girlfriend. What happened? And the if they're maybe they're going for the natural look. I don't know. You only have one shot. You only have one shot. And Nostalgic Podcast says, tired of franchises. Where's the original creativity? Yeah, we're looking for it. And Nostalgic, ISS bombed. I thought that was very interesting premise about people trapped on the space station when nuclear war erupts. Okay, so yeah, I haven't seen that. I've heard, um, yeah, I've heard it. A lot of people say it should have been better than what it was. But look, if ISS 2 might come out and might be interesting. Who knows? Um, who knows? It's like if you do get a good movie, somebody will always want to make a sequel of it. So that's the other piece to it. And I've not seen ISS yet. Yeah. And let me let's see, the rap. Dan Trachtenberg to direct A new Predator movie called Badlands for 20th Century Studios. The filmmaker previously directed Predator's the sequel Prey for 20th Century. So that's coming. Then we've got Frozen 3 and Toy Story 5, which will be released in 2026. And then Agatha Darkhold Diaries is supposed to take place 3 years after WandaVision. So I suppose she will be under the spell that Wanda left her under, and then suddenly she'll break out of it, which will be interesting. Billy, and I don't know who Billy is. Does anybody know who Billy is? But he will appear age 13 and then 16 during the series. I don't know who Billy is. Who? Somebody tell me if you guys know who Billy is in the Agatha Darkhold Diaries. It looks like it will be okay. Like, my question is, what does this have to do with the MCU? Like, how does she play into the bigger storyline, the central storyline that is going to eventually happen? So, how do these stories come together? That's the problem that the MCU is having, is how do all of these stories come together? How do they come together? And says Nostalgic Podcast says, I liked WandaVision, one of the fake kids of Wanda. Oh, Billy? Oh, interesting. Okay. You're so on point. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think that's the problem. We're all trying to figure out, well, how does this all work together? How does Echo play into Moonlight and Moon Knight, and how does he play it in with Blade, and how does he play in with like who all of these characters? How do they play together? And right now, it doesn't look like they do. So a lot of people are wondering, well, the whole thing about the MCU was you had to see all of the different movies. You had to see them. And so it's not must see content anymore, because you don't know, it doesn't look like any of these guys are going to play with each other. So, The Conjuring 4, I've never seen any of the Conjuring movies, but I know it's very, very popular with a lot of people. And so they said that it will be a final film made in the franchise. And they are looking to make this. This is Michael Chavez is in talks to direct. So that's for any of you guys who are the Conjuring fans. There will be a 4th movie. And this was really kind. This was really sweet, guys. The Super Bowl spot featuring Carl Weathers adds touching tribute with Rob Gronkowski. That is really, I thought that was really sweet that they remembered Carl. And a little bit of update on Carl Weathers. We did talk about him and give him like a nice little tribute last week. And so I thought it was fitting that we found out more about his passing. Now, they said initially that he died peacefully in his sleep, but then they discovered that he had heart disease, and that was the cause of his passing. So just wanted to follow up on that. Also, guys, we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace coming up really soon. And so some of the cinemas are bringing it back to the theaters. So that will be interesting for any fans of the Phantom Menace, and people who just remember that time in their lives when they were kids and they were being brought back to brought to the cinema to see Star Wars for the first time for many people. So yeah, that's actually kind of cool. I wouldn't mind going to the theater to see this Phantom Menace because it was a spectacle. It was a spectacle. And oh, guys, this is a story for you that I'm really concerned about. I'm really concerned about this. Um, and the subject says, so sad, loved Carl. Yes, me too. And also says, I feel ancient, 25 years since we met Annie Skywalker. Wow. Yes. Um, this story really gets me going. So, Coyote versus Acme is now expected to be shelved and deleted forever. Warner Brothers Discovery wanted $75 million for this movie, and 75 to 85 million for the film, and rejected offers from Netflix, Amazon, and Paramount, refusing to let them counteroffer. And this is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. So that film, even though people wanted it, people want this movie, they were not even offered the opportunity to counter offer, is going to be shelved. This is awful. And the reason why I say it's awful because this is one movie. It started with Batgirl, and it could keep going. This is going to be. We're going to have a lot more movies being treated this way. It just goes to show that they could care less about movies and about the cultural significance of movies. No clue whatsoever. None whatsoever. So, yep, that's another situation. You know, they just don't care about movies. They don't care about movies. It's a to them, it's like a bag of potato chips. And they don't understand the value of a movie that maybe if it's not, you're not going to get 75 million for it now, but along the lines, people will buy uh, it will buy it. They will buy physical copies of it. They will rent it. They will. There's a long tail to that. There's merchandise you can sell from it, but uh, it it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Now, this is let's see. What did I get this from? There were also some other awards, and I'm actually gonna skip this one because I don't remember what award ceremony this was from, but this weekend there were a lot of awards given out, and I can't remember which one this list was from. But guys, Danny Phantom, do you guys remember this TV show? I loved it. I love Danny Phantom. And so the Danny Phantom live action movie is reportedly moving forward at Paramount as they are currently searching for a director. The movie will involve time travel, so it could get nice and messy. So yeah, that's actually kind of a cool thing. I'm actually looking forward to this because I do love this show, Danny Phantom. Okay, and then also this is very interesting. After being unceremoniously canceled by the Sci-Fi Channel, the popular series Winona Earp is returning for one last ride in a 90-minute special. That's actually kind of cool. And this is actually another interesting one too. Uh, Elizabeth Olsen and Charles Melton will star in Todd Solondz Love Child. The film follows a woman stuck in a loveless marriage, but when a handsome stranger appears, her 11-year-old son hatches a plan to get rid of his father. Isn't that weird? Yeah, it's a weird one, but we'll find out what's going on in it, or when it comes out, or when we know more. That's such a wild premise, to be honest with you. And so good with the allergies, and they're just starting to kick back in again. Okay, so many were disappointed by Margot Robbie's lack of an Oscar nomination for her performance in Barbie. The nomination she did get was way better, because they're saying that she could actually be getting a producer's award. So she was, so there was a nomination for her producing. So look, that's pretty big in Hollywood. That is pretty big. And this one isn't a news thing necessarily, but something that Hammer Horror Films posted on X today, or it was yesterday. Peter Cushing demonstrates his hobby of making model aircraft at his home in Whitstable, UK, February 1959. I think this is so cute, because of course, how much I love miniatures, guys, and it just is so nice to see that there are some other miniature lovers out there, and the wonderful Peter Cushing was definitely a miniature artisan. He had so many wonderful little collections of miniatures. So I thought that was really cool. So if you guys have a dream out there, go on ahead and definitely go for it. And Nostalgic Podcast says, bold prediction, Love Child will be a dud. Um, it actually looks like it may do like okay in its field. Do you know what I mean? Because there's a special area for movies like that. and the Celtic Podcast says a very cool photo of Peter Cushing there. Yeah. They posted it the other day, and I was like, wow, this is actually kind of cool. I want to share this with everyone. Um, so yeah, what I got here. Okay, and so the awards are getting closer and closer to the big one. So we've got the BAFTAs and the People Choice Awards this weekend. And then the following week, Screen Actors Guild Awards and the Film Independent Spirit Awards, and also the Producers Guild Awards. And then the following week after that, we'll get the Academy Awards. So this is exciting stuff. A lot of people getting awards and dressing up, going to fancy parties, and so on and so forth. So that's it, guys. Wow, there were a lot of stories today, and we got through all of them in record time. It was only an hour and 39 minutes. This is wonderful. And thank you guys for all the conversation and everything. William Blake Hall, if you're watching, we miss you. And everything. I want to just go over a few of the shows coming up really quickly. See if I can pull up my little um, thing here. All right. So, um, well, guys, look out tomorrow. I may have something posted. I might post a new video tomorrow especially for those of you who who are not part of the members program on this channel. I may be posting something that you haven't seen before. And members, next Monday, there should be a brand new video for you. I can't wait for you to see it, actually. So Thursday will be something posted just for the general public. And then Friday we'll be doing 1984 celebration of 40 years movies part 4. I wonder if Lance from the Outcast Creative is still listening. I hope that you can join us for that, because there's going to be a lot of obscure movies, and I hope you've seen them, so at least some of them. But I am actually looking forward to the list, and hopefully I can complete the list on Friday as well, because I want to get into the music one for 1984. That would be so much fun. And on Saturday, we are going to be looking at the movie Saturn 3. And that is going to be a ton of fun. Then what else is there for us? Saturday. Okay, and then the following week after that, we'll be getting Total Recall. And I'm thinking about the Labyrinth, guys. Labyrinth with David Bowie. What are you thinking? I think that might be a good one to do. Let's see it. Yep, I think just, that's what's in the pipeline for us for this week, and what's coming up. And the Outcast Creator says, "No more sequels, please." Yeah, I hope there's no more sequels. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, and it's ridiculous. But yeah, we'll see what happens on Friday. Friday is going to be 1984 movies, and yeah, I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna call it a day, and thank you again for being here for the headlines of entertainment news today, and thank you for joining me. I always have such a blast with you guys. And without further ado, I bid you adieu, and I will see you in the next video or live stream. Take care.
Retro Nerd Girl, you are clear for takeoff.